welcome to my little bubble of light on the internet. My name's Crystal Star, and in this video, like the title says, I'm going to be looking at what is the most important thing about spiritual alignment, ascension and awakening. And this really will surprise you. This is just a small part of the full course, which is on my membership site on my website, lightworkcircle.com. so if you find this video interesting, you may want to go there and join me on the membership site. But otherwise, let's just get on with it. What is the most important thing about spiritual awakening, alignment and ascension? And this really will surprise you, so let's get straight on with it. I really did want to put this first because it really is one of the most important things about alignment, awakening and ascension, and it's all about habit and persistence. And we really do, one thing I've learned in my life is that we are the consequences of our choices, and our choices become habits. The choices that we make become our habits. And it's said, isn't it, that 45% of our lives we just live on autopilot. This is us living through our habits, or living by our habits. And habits are not a bad thing. Habits help us live our life more easily, so we don't have to think about every single little thing that we do. If we're getting out of bed, we don't have to think, right, raise your right leg and put it on the floor. We can just do it. We know how to do these things because we're on autopilot. This is great if what we're doing is working for us. However, if we want to change what we are doing, then we have to use the power of habits in our benefit, and we can do that, and that is a lot of what this video is about. Now, I know some people can decide they're going to change and leap right in and just get on with it. Those are the people who make the New Year's resolutions, and on New Year's Day they do it, they follow through, and they just live the rest of their lives by that decision. Most people, however, and hands up, me included, we just can't live like this. We just can't decide that we are going to drastically change our lives and just do it and just stick with it. And there are reasons for that. And a lot of the time, for a lot of us, change takes time, it takes effort and it takes practice. And this fact is not sexy, it's not compelling and it's not attractive, but it does work and it does change lives. And I, for one, am living proof of that. It really is life-changing. Now, when I was growing up, I was taught that if you couldn't do something perfectly the first time, you were just useless, you were a fail, and you should just give up. This is, in fact, the exact opposite of the truth, as I have found out. Now, there may be lots of reasons why I was taught this as a child. I was brought up with narcissists in a very, as you can probably tell, dysfunctional household. It may have been the fact that I was a black sheep, it may have been ancestral lines handed down, but whatever the reason, that idea, that concept that I was brought up with is completely, totally and utterly wrong, and it's brimming over with wrong ability. And if you know where that quote is from, why not let me know in the comments? We all know the story about the hare and the tortoise, don't we? So we want to be the tortoise, and I really do believe that if you decide you're going to be a tortoise along with me, that you can beat virtually anyone. And we're not out to beat people, are we? But at the end of the day, we want to be getting to a particular destination, and it really is about setting those goals, pacing yourself and moving forward in a persistent manner. And it also, obviously, using habits to our benefit. You really can achieve anything if you practice enough and you're dedicated enough. This course really is about giving you the practical tools to make lasting and permanent change in your life. This is not a theoretical course. There's plenty of theory in it. We do have to change our thoughts and perceptions, and that is, at the moment anyway, going to be my very next video. But it is a practical course, and you will have to put these practices into practice. And I'm also going to be, I've also got with this a booklet to help you work through that. But the good news is that it's really flexible as well, and it really can fit most people and most people's lives, because we are all different, aren't we? I want to introduce you to a Japanese word, and that word is kaizen. Kaizen. I hope I said that right. I did look it up on the internet how to say that. It's kaizen. And kaizen is all about making small incremental changes, and there are lots of reasons for this. The main reason, I believe anyway, that most people fail to get where they want to go to is because of the process of change and the beliefs we have around change. Most of the time we'll watch a motivating video and we'll read a motivating book, and then we'll say, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to go into this, like the New Year's resolutions, and we'll put the book down, we'll forget about the video, we'll forget what's even in the book. And you've probably got plenty of those books at home, and it's not the book's fault. The books have all the theory, have all the ideas, but it's not about telling you what to do, it's about telling you how to implement that in your life as well. And it's so important. That is a lot of what this course is going to be, but you have to understand why it's set up like this and how to set this up in your own life to make sure that you get the changes that you want in your life. The reason that most of these videos and books don't work, like I say, is not because the content is no good. The content is usually really good, but it relies on willpower, and the power of habits are really strong, and there's usually a reason behind those habits. For example, if I was to say to you, right, just get in alignment and stay in alignment all day, and this is how you this is what alignment means, you probably wouldn't be able to do it, because you'd be falling back into your old habits of thinking and feeling. Now if I'm to say to you, right, well, these are the different practices you can implement in your life to get into alignment, awakening and ascension, and I'll run through them all, try different ones, put different ones into practice, find which ones work for you, and then apply that small change consistently until it becomes a habit itself. Then we can introduce a new habit when you feel ready to do so. This is all about using the power of habits to our benefit rather than to our detriment. But these one-hit wonders, these books and these videos, they are sexy, they are alluring. Lose so much weight in so many days, and this is the kind of thing that leads to yo-yo dieting, because you can't stick to it. You're relying on the willpower and going against all of your habits instead of building up new habits to fit the purpose that you want. And these one-hit wonders really do cater to our weaknesses. We do want things to miraculously happen all around us, and someone did say to me, oh, you actually have to do something to spiritually awaken then. They just assumed that you would just one day wake up and you'd be spiritually awakened, and I think we all know that is nothing like the truth at all. And this does mean that it is hard work, but we can make that fun. It's all about perception, and I'm going to be looking into that as well. Now back to kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese word, and it means, I believe, let me have a look at this because I've got it written down here, improvement and good change. And it's sometimes used in martial arts, where it's advised that you just focus on one particular area that you want to improve and just keep practicing that and practicing that till it's perfect. However, now it's used to mean small incremental change over time, usually making about a 10% change to improve, to move you to where you want to get to. And this change can be so small that it's hardly even noticeable. For example, if your goal is to drink more water, we could say, well, okay, how am I going to make sure that I drink more water? Well, let's start off with the small changes first. Let's put a bottle of water on our desk, or let's have a bottle of water by our bedside, or a glass of water by our bedside. And we can implement this change in a way that suits us, and we can implement this change without it taking us out of our comfort zone. And that really is what this Kaizen is about, making small incremental changes that don't trigger our body's fight or flight response. People do resist change because when we change, it does trigger our flight or fight responses. And also, if you do fall off the wagon, please remember everybody's different, and some approaches, the reason I give so many different types of approaches, not just to keep it fun and interesting, which I hope it is fun and interesting, or it will be when it's created. It's also because everyone is different, and some approaches suit some people and some approaches suit other people. And if something didn't work for you, it may be helpful to try something different, shift it up a little bit. And I go through all that in the booklet as well. Now, like I said, this is one of the most important things about changing our lives in any way, but especially about changing our lives in terms of awakening, alignment and ascension. It's all about using habits to our benefit, and you really do have to keep working on it. Remember that your habits have built up over a long period of time, and they do have a very strong pull to them, but just as easily we can introduce these small incremental changes over time. And don't worry if you think I'm just going to tell you do this, do this, do this. I've used lots of different methods and lots of different tactics over the years, and I'm going to be sharing them all. Well, I should say decades, over the decades really, and I'm going to be sharing them all with you, because sometimes one thing will help one time for one person, and then another thing will help another time for a different person. So I'm going to be giving you lots and lots of different options so that you can try them all out if you want and choose what suits you best. And that really is why I created the Star Lightwork Circle and this membership, because it's all about being able to come back, learn new things, share new things, and do that over a long period of time to keep bringing you back, keep reminding yourself of that, keep coming back to that centre, keep coming back to that. And please do understand, I do walk the walk. I wasn't born floating on a cloud. In fact, the exact opposite. If you have horrific stories to tell of your childhood and upbringing, I promise you I can share mine with you as well. It is a common story for light workers, and this is a process to get us from that darkness back into the light. And this course is aimed at for whatever stage of advancement you currently are. And my goal really is to help you succeed to get to where you want to go. And the most frustrating thing I've ever found in this whole process is people will tell you what to do, but not how to do it. They'll tell you, oh, just get into alignment, feel the love and the light, and then you do that, and then 10 minutes later you've forgotten all about it and you're back in your habitual responses again. And this is a natural human response, and it really is the reason why I created the Star Lightwork Circle and all the resources on the Star Lightwork Circle to help you get to where you want to go. And that really is my goal, to help you succeed in getting to where you want to go to. It's about using the right tools, it's about planning, and that really is what we're all about here. Now, this was originally intended to be a little small video, but as it's turned out, as we often find, it became 2 videos and a workbook as well. But this really has what's worked for me, and habit and persistence and pace as well is so very, very important into this process, and it really is one of the most important factors. I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it useful. I do hope I'm going to see you on my membership site on my website, starlightworkcircle.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do the YouTubey things like share and subscribe, and I hope to see you in another video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.